What is going on, guys, and welcome to another FIFA video. Today EA have released a 81 plus player pick, which I believe is the highest player pick they've released all year in terms of repeatables. Really nice, out for 3 days, which is obviously going to include the future stars, and we'll have a look in here. And the only thing about this is that it's one of two picks. I feel like if they had 3 or 4, you could have some really good sort of pack luck in this. But obviously with that you're likely to get quite a few 81s, 82s in this. However, it can still be good and still be grinded for free and for profit as well. So that's going to be the aim today and show you how to do that. So obviously for this you would need 5 rares and you need sort of 5 gold commons. So we'll do this now with stuff I've got in my club. We'll start with 1, see what sort of things you can get. Now obviously I'll try and use untradables first, and then from that sort of decide what you want to put your sort of fodder into and cards like that. So yeah, we'll try and get some sort of Spanish League 2 cards here. I think we've got sort of 3 or 4. There's 5, I think that's 5 commons there. Yep. No, 4 commons. Is it 4 commons? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we'll take out this guy, put that guy there, put that guy out there, and then obviously with the final sort of 5 positions we'll get the the gold rares in. So yeah, as I said, using tradables first, do that, and then obviously in a minute we'll tell you how to sort of grind these and do it for sort of coins well spent, if you like, with making coins or doing them for 3 or whatever you're kind of looking to do in terms of grinding these. So yeah, as I said, I'm quite interested to see what we can get, so we'll do that and yeah, go from there. So if you get the 81 player pick, we will send that in and we will see what we get. So open it up and we get 84 rated. So if you're getting roughly 84 rated, I think you're doing very well, especially with the amount of different players there at the moment. I'd quite like to get that career player of the month done at some point. I've done Neymar yesterday, so I'm going to try and use these player picks to kind of grind some of the players out that I want, as well as hopefully pack in a couple of future stars in there as well to improve some of my squads. So in terms of doing it, obviously you need your 5 rares and you need your 5 commons. So to get your rares, you need to first of all work out what they're going for in particular leagues. So you kind of want to find the league that's probably got quite a few rares in and can do quite well. So let's just go with Serie A as our number 1. 7 for 700 here instantly. Are they going for 750 instantly? Going for that within the first sort of 2 or 3 minutes. Are they going for 800? Yes, but it's probably going to take you a full hour. So you kind of want to be picking them up for 650 if you can. Finding a league I feel is like the best way, because you're going to get your chemistry. So you're going to get to about the minute mark and start bidding on a load of these at 650, and you basically want to try and max out your transfer list, where you're kind of winning at least sort of 45 to 46 cards. You're going to want to send 5 to your club, and then you want to relist the other lot to get your coins back for the cards that you put into your club, if that makes sense. Now, I've done this method a load of times before, but obviously it does slightly change depending on the league that you're doing it in. So yeah, as an example, you just bid on 50 sort of rare golds in here. So we'll just continue to do so, and then obviously I'll show you what you do at the end. Obviously you're just going to relist them for a certain price that you know they're going to sell relatively quickly, so they're not constantly filling up your trade pile. But if you're selling these on at 750, you're picking up at 650, then obviously it's going to be coins back 100%, because you're going to be selling on 40 cards or putting in. Well, if you get 50 bids, then you're going to be sitting on 45 cards, and you're going to be putting 5 into your club. So you're 100% going to make your coins back. If you do the maths on that, you definitely will. And I believe on the rares you'll make profit on. We'll have a look at the commons in a second and work out how much you want to be bidding on them. But essentially you want to be doing the same thing, because obviously you need 5 commons and 5 rares to complete this. So you can go and find the league. Maybe the commons are a bit easier to pick up. I believe the Mexican league is probably quite a good one. I do Mexican league quite a lot, so I think the commons in there are pretty nice to pick up. If you are struggling to get the rares and they start to go up in price, test out the Libertadores league. Obviously they're quite hard to find, but once you get the right filter, which I'll try and show you in a second, you can kind of get them relatively easy. So if you're going to go to Libertadores, you go down to here and you want to go to 600 and you want to go to 650, and now there is going to be other cards that pop up here, but most of the time you will get a lot of the golds that you can get, and a lot of these are at 600 coins as well. So we'll put a couple of bids on these, see if we win them. So it looks like some people, if you get to about the minute mark, you probably be able to put your bids on. And if you win them at 600 and resell them on at 750, then obviously you're actually doing very well there. So we've just maxed out our transfer list, and we will just work out the commons and where you want to be bidding on them at. So again, obviously, like I said earlier, bidding on 50 cards if possible, and then putting 45 up for sale, and putting 5 in your club. And that way you keep your club stock while doing player picks, while making profit, and while obviously building the player picks and building up that fodder for anything that you want to do. So I feel like it's such a good thing to do the next sort of 3 days. If you really want to build up your teams and your squads, then it could be a really good way to do so. So the gold commons in Liga MX, for example, are 550. You can sell them all within 10 minutes for 600, so it may be worth doing that to make the extra 50 coins. Test it out for yourself. But I would say probably you're going to put these up for under 400 coins. Yeah, so I would test it at 350 first of all. If you're not picking them up, then go for 400 coins. If you're doing them at 400 coins and you're able to relist them up at 600 coins, then obviously you're making 180 coins per card after profit. So you can send quite a few of these into your club and still make the coins back and kind of build up that gold common fodder sort of thing, which will allow you to do the player picks a little bit quicker. The rares, the profit margin isn't as good, so you will have to do that. But you can see here, we are picking these up really, really easily, and yeah, we would just essentially get them up, decide on the 5 that we want to keep. So do we want to kind of keep positions wise? Do we want to keep that depending on what we've picked up before, I guess? So it might be worth just checking a couple of these cards, seeing if they do go for a little bit more. So it's maybe the higher rated ones, maybe the 80 ones, you might be able to get a little bit more for, but essentially you're just going to relist these up at 750. I think it takes, in terms of the building these player picks quicker, I feel like it's worth kind of relisting them on to make sure that you're kind of getting that coins back into the club rather than checking every card. Now obviously some of these will probably go for a little bit more than 750, but in terms of making time and sort of taking it slower, if you want to build these quicker, then obviously you just relist them up at the minimum sort of buy now price for all rares. At that point, it's likely because of the formation, the right mids and the sort of wingers may go for a little bit more. We could test it. We'll cover them up for 800 coins, see if they go. But you kind of work that out as you go, really. And the more bids you place on different types of cards, you'll see which ones are kind of going quicker and which ones aren't. So I'd imagine this Al Shawari actually being Italian, we'd probably be able to get 800 coins from him. So we'll stick one up for 800 coins, see if he goes, but sell the rest up for 750. And you're basically going to want to max out, obviously, all these cards, relist them all, get the coins back for the cards that you're going to put into your club. And then obviously you'll be set for your player pick, which will be free. You'll also be making coins on every single card that you're listing up. Obviously overall, as long as you're bidding on them at sort of 40 to 45 cards at a time. Now I would say obviously there is bidding methods that you should do. You should probably do one player pick, maybe go into a game and do the same sort of method, do another one, mix it up a little bit, make sure you're kind of waiting, I would say 5 to 10 minutes in between a bidding session, and that way it will stop you from being sort of banned from EA, soft banned from EA for bidding too quickly and too much. So that is the method today. Hopefully you enjoyed this and you can make a load of free 81 plus player picks, and you never know, you might do so many of these you'll be able to work towards that icon pack that came out today. And as I said earlier, the Libertadores we won on there, some of these, because of the SBC, you could actually make some nice coins on these. So it looks like this guy is about more the 1k mark, and we picked up at 750. Oh, sorry, at 600. So we list him at 850. We're still on another 5 of these, and then send the rest to the club. And then we're looking good for our rares and our player pick, and then it's just the commons we'd need to work on next. So yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoy that concept, you understand it, and I kind of gave you a detailed way to make coins by doing the player picks. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Drop a like on the channel, and I'll see you next time. Peace.